and gentlemen, it is the Switch It Up show. We're here today bringing you the latest expansion-packed episode. I am your host, Seth Trav, joined as always by our friend Glenn.
How are you doing this fine evening, Mr. Trav?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing well. It could be a little brighter in here, though, because I'm among the shadows. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am going to be talking about Towaga Among Shadows. But before we get into that, we're going to let these sweet, sweet beats ride. Anamanaguchi. Ladies and gentlemen, new album out now. Get it where you can. Give them a little support. Switch it up when you're done with this. To Anamanaguchi's new album, tell them we sent you. That's right, at Seth Trav. First up today, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be talking about Towaga Among Shadows. It is $14.99. It is currently available, and you get 75 gold points when you purchase it digitally. Fight the final battle and save your tribe from annihilation at the hands of true evil. People's fates in your hands. Can you do it? Will you manage the task? Towaga Among Shadows is an action-packed game where your skill and perseverance will be severely tried. Atop the sacred temples, learn to master the light and exorcise hordes of enraged creatures firmly set upon tearing you to shreds. A unique journey, discover devastating spells, improve your abilities, and unlock new outfits, granting you the power to fight Metnal, the Voidmonger, and his Legion of Darkness. Progress through over 60 levels and experiment 4 different game modes. Yeah, that says experiment. While uncovering the mysterious past of the Azkalar through many story-driven unlockable artifacts. A rich and magical universe. Explore an enchanted land with graphics and cinematics inspired by animated movies, all the while feasting your ears on an immersive soundtrack accompanying your every action in this mythical world where defeat is not an option. Fight for the light. Compete with your friends, rise to the top of the leaderboard, and show your valor by triumphing from the vast range of achievements that will stand in your way. You will be the one to vanquish the shadows, and will you be the one to vanquish the shadows and return peace to the island? It's from our good friends over at Forever Entertainment, and I don't see the developer. So it's just from Forever Entertainment, it looks like. I apologize. I know that it was a good name. They had a good name. I'm very, very sorry here. It's not on the eShop. Talk to them about that. Devs, you even contacted me on the YouTube. You said you loved how I said Towaga. Hopefully that's how you pronounce it. So, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, this game, it is very, very stylistic. You're going to get a solid vibe of a Genndy Tartakovsky, a Samurai Jack kind of feel. It's got that very flat animation style, but it almost does seem like an old school Flash animation with a little bit more fluidity. Like certain memories or past stories being animated in Pixar movies. That kind of vibe. The story is definitely there. I was super, super surprised by how in-depth it was and how much they were giving you. Because for all intents and purposes, this is literally just a platform defense game where you stand on a single platform, you don't move anywhere, and you just use the right stick to fire off this amazing looking power blast that puts Dragon Ball Z at shame sometimes, which is super, super, super awesome and fun to do. And the enemies also have this really awesome fluid style to them. And when you kill them, they create the smoke, which gives you a sort of Nightcrawler vibe from sort of like X-Men Evolution, I want to say, because it all seems sort of in that realm of animation, I want to say. Not necessarily X-Men Evolution, much flatter, much more modernist, but still very, very good. The soundtrack that accompanies everything is super intense and gets you pumped up to do the work, bro. Like, really get you into this game, and it's there. The main villain, I feel like the motivations could have been a little better, you know? Like, it's very standard villain stuff, which is fine. But that villain reminds me an awful lot of Fern Gully. Not as creepy, but still a bit of a Fern Gully vibe. There's not much I can complain about with this game. It gives you a ton of different modes to play through. You've got the leaderboard, so you feel like there is a reason to like chase some things. There are unlockable costumes that you can change into. You do level up and upgrade your powers quite a bit. You have your endless mode, and there's even a version that the storyline takes you through, and a mode that you unlock that you can play where you fly around in the air. So that adds an actual movement to the game. The flying aspect is interesting. I feel like that could be polished a little bit more, but overall it's really good. My only real gripe with this game is that I don't feel the powers that much. Aside from what you initially get, the only things I really notice are when you upgrade sort of your pushback things, and you can see that the ball is actually going further back, so you are pushing things further back. But you're supposed to be able to upgrade things like the beam width, and you're supposed to be able to actually, you know, power up the beam power, so that way it hurts enemies more. And I mean, I guess they do die quicker, but I feel like I don't notice the beam being that much bigger. I don't really feel the weight of an upgrade. I don't feel the weight of a power up as much as I would want to. But maybe that's because they're trying to balance the difficulty with your power ups. They don't want you to be too overpowered. It's a fine line, and that's the only one I feel like they fell a little short of. If you could just make it feel more like I have upgraded things, because there are so many tower defense games that fall short here as well, and there are so few that do it incredibly. So because of all of that, I am going to give Towaga Among Shadows a bright and shining 4.5 out of 5.
High praise from a fine gentleman such as yourself, Mr. Trav.
I think so. Like I said, man, you know me, I love a very basic game. This is a very basic game, and it's a very good game. It gets you zoned in, tuned on, and it's fun. It's definitely fun. I feel like I played it for probably 6-7 hours, which I think is a really good amount of time to spend with something like this. And I would go back, like, happily, because it's just fun. And right now, I think we need some good things that'll just zone us in.
Absolutely, man. Something that's like easy to play, take you away for a little bit. That's the goal.
That's the goal. That's the goal, right?
Good stuff, man. Well, I have something that'll kind of like suck you in like that. And the game that I'm going to be reviewing today is called Masky. Really, really interesting. Kind of like puzzle game that is available now on the Nintendo eShop for the wonderful price of $4.99. I'll tell you right now, that is a steal, ladies and gentlemen. Again, from our great friends over at Forever Entertainment, for up to 4 players. They say this is an arcade game. I really don't see how that is. It's more like a physics-based puzzle game. And basically, let me hit you with the synopsis. They don't really give you that much, so I'm just going to try my best to describe it for you. Dance to the mystic sounds and invite as many dancers as you can. Take part in the annual Grand Costume Ball. Dance to the mystic sounds and invite as many dancers as you can. Again, keep balance and watch out for special skills of other dancers' masks. Explore different worlds through the magic doors. Unlock and upgrade unique masks. Dance longer and faster, and longer and faster. It features an ultimate mystic dancing experience. Over 10 worlds to visit, over 10 mystic soundtracks to enjoy, and many masks to unlock. Now, what's sad about that description is that you read it and you still really have no idea what's going on. They sell it like it's a dancing game, and I mean, I guess it kind of is, but I wouldn't really classify this as dancing. Basically what happens is you start off and you're this one person in this room with this colorful mask, and as you start to walk around the room, and you do that by pushing the stick either left or right. This is a flat game. It's almost like things are cut out of like bright construction paper, and either on a black or a very white background. It's all about contrast, very dark colors against very light colors, and vice versa, to like pop off the screen, almost like a la like South Park, but as if it were as if it were like the rough South Park, like when it first came out, and it was like cut it, but like it looks good. It looks good though. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying like, we're really going to make it pop. That's the idea, and very much going for that like construction paper like look, aesthetic to it, as you would like, Mr. Trav.
Yeah.
But basically, what happens is the goal is to get from one room to the next, or from one world to the next world, and as you move the stick either left or right in this 2D flat like space, your character will lean over, and then somebody will run over and grab them, and they'll either grab their left hand or their right hand, and when that happens, it throws off the balance, and you're trying not to tip over. So you might have to counteract for when they're pulling on you by pushing the stick a little bit more in the opposite direction, and people will come in and join you as you start to play on either side of you, grabbing either hand, and you can kind of control which side they go on and how far the weight of them pulls you to one side or another. And they give you a meter to kind of show you like how off balance or how on balance you are. The more people on one side, the harder it is to balance, the harder it is to get that meter to stay in the green and safe zone, and the more likely it is that you fall down. You fall down, unlike you wipe, you lose you lose the level, and you just try it again. But it starts to get more interesting because more people will join your line, and each person will have like a different mask. So the masks, where they come into play, is that each mask has like a different power. So as one person grabs on, like maybe their mask causes them to like jump like really, really high, and it throws off the meter like randomly. And the next person, like maybe they go super fast, so they're constantly pulling you to one side where the other side isn't moving as quick. So as each person comes in and joins your line, they may or may not have a mask, which gives them some type of different like power that's going to make your job of keeping it balanced way more difficult. One person had like an inverted mask where the thing is like flipped over, or the controls turned backwards. Like they get like crazy different like power ups to like affect you as the person trying to make these people get to the next level. It's super fun. It's really addictive. I haven't really I don't think I've like played a game like this before. I thought it was a really unique take. I like the graphics. I like the controls. I like the idea of it. Again, I think it's unique, and it's fun. So I'm down with Masky. I can definitely recommend it to pretty much everybody. It is rated E, so anybody can certainly play this game. And the difficulty curve is really good. It's not like impossible. They ramp it up slowly, and as you start to play and get into some of the later levels, it starts to get really hard. But it's not it's nothing wild. And again, it's adorable. Really cute graphics. I like this game. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 4.5 out of 5. Masky on the Nintendo eShop. Go and check it out.
Wow. Great days for games over here on the Nintendo Switch.
Definitely.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to let us know what you think about any of these games if you tried them out. Any games you'd like to see us try, or any game you'd like us to review. We don't just review the games that we get. We can review a bunch more. Just need your input, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what we're here for. To help you and to always provide something that you could switch it up to. for all of us here. I have been Seth Trav. He has been our friend Glenn. And if things ever do get boring, you can always switch it up.